Well, hello.
Oi, Chiva.
Hi, Kiva. Yeah. Kimra ha hula dunya.
Dulish.
Well, Denise Kimra
I'm good. I forgot how to say I'm good.
Julie.
I was about to ask you, Kimura Hagu.
Oh, okay. Well, hami becken fuer on you. I becken fuer on the mountain. That's a little cold in the mountains. But hami guma.
Hami Gleski.
Odlay ski. Oh,
Gleski and
well,
Anju.
Carson house ski. Why are you tired?
Uh, Oper.
Okay.
La Fada.
La. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, Hummy Dooley. Okay. Lisa, Kimmerahau,
Ahamigma,
Leva, Leva, Hummy Tolicha, Tolicha. Yeah, no. Yeah. Wel Kesht echt Dunisami. Does anybody have a question? Kesht. No, no.
I did have one question.
Yeah.
I saw the word for to learn.
Uh,
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yunsuku.
Yunsuhuch?
That would be the verbal noun. The root verb would be yunsich.
Yunsich?
Yunsich, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And then the verbal noun, hamia yunsukuk.
Ayunsuhuch.
Yunsukuk, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I am learning or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Dion show, D, Kamerau.
Hamiski.
Beluski. Okay. Okay. Hula dunya ski on show. She la fata vound, la fata. Long day. La fata crui. Long, hard day. Okay. 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 Well, let's see what we got. Okay, so where are we? Okay. Okay, so we have a lot of material today. And if we don't get through it, well, we'll just carry it over till next week and yeah, but anyway. But let me share the screen. Trying to get one page. Yeah, okay, there we go. A bit bigger. Okay. All right. So Yashar a Gaelic Vristja, na a Vierlach Klistja. Better broken Gaelic than fluent English. And here's our piper for the week. Oh, Who just appeared? Okay. Oh, Tim. Okay, Tim on show. Leva. Okay. Well, hello, Tim. Kimarahu.
Hami Fura. I'm cold.
Sure. I'll just Misha. I guess me too. Okay. Okay. Well, we're just getting started. So here's the piper for the week. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and the schedule for the week: Clàr na Seachdaine, Fàilte, of course, Seanfhacal na Seachdaine, and February is Forever Calendar. And I thought, since we're doing calendars, might review the days of the week. Somebody posted a message. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Good question. Okay. Could find a space to write this? Well, I'll just do it down in the notes section so you'll have it. Right. All right. I was asked, how do we say me too? Probably the most common way would be August Misha. Me too, or and I, or me. Okay. All right. You could also say Misha Kuchuk. Okay. Which equals I or me also. Okay. Misha Kuchuk. But August Misha and I too. Okay. And I. All right. August Misha. There you go. All right. Okay. Anyway, so we'll take a look at the days of the week. I've got a couple different ways for us to review them. Okay. And then grammar na Seachdaine. We're going to continue with gender, and not going to spend a lot of time on it tonight. I don't want to wear us out, but we'll have a little exercise about how to remember gender. Okay. Exercises in applying the mnemonic device, a memory trick. Okay. And the Sgeulachd na Seachdaine, Là Fhèill Brìde. Okay, the St. Bridget's Day, little special occasion, Imbolc or Imbolic, St. Bridget's Day. And St. Bridget is an interesting Gaelic character who spans both the pagan and the Christian mythologies and Gaelic culture. So we take a look at that. And then Òran na Seachdaine, Song of the Week, Hami, okay, which is pertinent to the response that some of you gave. Okay, Hami. All right, so
Ashinsky.
yeah. Okay. And who's this? So here's Heather. Hello, Heather. Kimarahu.
Gama.
Oh, Gama. Leva. Okay, all right. Okay. Fàilte. Okay. A fun fact. Fumrach choni. Helping vowels. Okay. So, or why alapa is pronounced al-apa. Okay. And this isn't just a one-off, but it's a very common feature in Gaelic words. And so I have a short, like a 1 minute video. So we'll take a look at it. Right. Oh, hold on. Okay.
How do you say it? And the name of our country is this. How do you pronounce it? And the word for weather is this. So how do you say it? It's
can you guys hear this?
Yes.
Okay, Leva.
Garam, Alapa, and Emishir. Do you notice what I did there?
Each one is pronounced with an extra syllable than is written.
Gusleitoch, slowly, it's Garam, Alapa, Emishir. What's going on? I'm adding a vowel into where actually there's only consonants written. This is called epenthesis, or a helping vowel. As a Gaelic, fuamrachoni. The fuamrachoni appears at consonant clusters, in words usually containing L, R or N. The Sinead to tell the truth. I'm not totally sure why it's there, but you will hear it a lot. It does help break up the consonants, and it helps words flow more easily as you pronounce them. A bit like water, and it's all part of the richness of Gaelic. In Scottish Gaelic, the word for blue is written like this. So how do you...
Okay, there we go. So a little word on Fúmrach Choni. Okay, Fúmrach Choni. Okay. And something interesting about that is I was listening to an Scottish English speaker, and he had a quite pronounced English accent, Scottish English, okay, and he was putting in helping verbs into the middle of English words. So anyway, so it was very Làithean. Yeah, all right, hold on. Okay. Yeah. Gearan. So Òran just asked about Gearan, okay, which is Gearan, okay, which is red, and it's pronounced Jer, Jeruk, something like that. Jeruk. Okay, so now keep in mind that when I give you a pronunciation, it's only my feeble attempt to give you an equivalent. Okay, in what would be English spelling, or American English spelling. Okay, I mean it's not an official, okay, transliteration, but I attempt to get close. So Jeruk. What else? Gelaf, picture, pronounced Gelaf, something like that, Gelaf, okay, or film, okay, film, and so on and so forth. Okay, all sorts of Falaf, believe is pronounced Falaf, so on. So okay. And like you said, one of the things that could clue you in is you have a consonant cluster. Okay, a few consonants together. So in English, we would be pronouncing something like jerk, or film, or falf. But in Gaelic, we insert a little fumrachoni, a sound accompanying, an accompanying sound. Okay. All right. Okay. And so the forever calendar for February, we'll take a look at it. Okay. Oops. Where are we going? Okay. All right. Okay. Right here. Okay. So on Gearan, so go ahead and say after me, on Gearan.
On Gearan.
February. Okay. And so my purpose in giving these to you is not just a one-off, but go ahead and print it out and then write in the days. So when was the first? The first would be Saturday. So so you'd put just Sarnia 1, and then 2, 3, and so on and so forth, and pin it up somewhere where you'll see it, and so you can start to just effortlessly beck ervek, little by little, beck little, ervek on little, ervek, and start to incorporate the days of the week. Okay, so all right, so say after me, Lana Sabich.
Lana Sabich.
Sabich.
Nalas.
Lana Savage.
Savage.
Long A, long A. Okay, now why do I say it has to be the long A?
It can mean
Lot-
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, because it means fight if you don't.
yeah, yeah, day of the fight. Yeah. La Nasabich is day of the Sabbath. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's important. Changes the meaning. Okay, so La Nasabich. Okay, oh, something else, a little note on pronunciation. Sometimes you'll see words like this with a ATHA. These are pronounced as if it's a long A. Okay. Because sometimes you'll see la, especially spelled la, okay, with just a long A. And it's pronounced it's pronounced the same way in both cases. So La Nasabich. Okay, La Nasabich. Okay. So not day of the fight. Okay. But La Nasabich. Okay. Jaluan.
Jaluan.
Okay. Jimarsht.
Gemarsh.
Zimarsh.
Tuesday. Okay. Jakirtan.
Jakirtan.
Kirtan.
Okay, that's Wednesday. Jarstoon.
Justin.
Justun.
Okay, Thursday. Jahunya.
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 Okay, Friday. And Jasarnia.
Jasharnia.
Jasarnia. Okay, the Bleva. Okay, so one more time. La Nasabich.
Lana
Lana
Savage.
Savage.
Luin.
Loon.
Jaluin.
Jimarsht.
Jimarsh.
Jimarsht.
And then know with Jimarsht, it's see, so you get when you have an IRT, very often that is pronounced arsht, like an arsht. Okay, so it's G marsht, G marshed, something like that, and not G mart. Okay, not G mart.
Marshed.
Yeah, G marshed. The IRT together create that ST sound. Okay. Here's another example. Also, you'll see it with a D. Drokach. What am I doing with my spelling here? Drokach, right there. Okay. Bridge is pronounced drokach, something like that. Drokach. Okay, Drokach. Okay, yeah. So you see, you have the TCH sound there that from the ID. Okay, all right. Okay. Jakirtan.
Jakirtan.
Kirtan.
Okay, Wednesday. Jarstoon.
Justun.
Jahunya.
Jahunya.
And Jasarnia.
Jasarnia.
Okay, Gleva. Okay, so anyway, so print this up and gradually, Beckervec, you'll learn the days of the week and the months as we go forward. So I will attempt to remember to include a forever calendar for the month at the beginning of each month. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Dates of note this month, February. Okay. So today we're going to be taking a look at Imbolc, Là Fhèill Brìde, and the act, and later on in the month, I'll mention the act of prescription and the politician sinking. That's a fun story. Won't go a lot into the inventor of the inflatable tire, but we have a Scotsman to thank for our tires. Okay. and Mary Queen of Scots beheaded. Okay, and I don't know if it's a special day, but very memorable day, the Massacre of Glencoe in 1692. And I'll be talking about some of those as we go forward, not tonight, but other days this week. Okay, all right, all right. So months of the year. So I've got a couple quick videos. We can so these are the months of the year. So I thought I'd go through this very quick.
Hello, Làithean, Miss McDonald and Shaw. And do ha Miss McDonald all the Òran gave. Òran moviesen na bliana. Ham yin dochas can change the color them ik and tay.
Okay, so she said Òran na miasican of the months, miasican month.
Deary. And Sgeulachd and Gearan and Martin get late.
Okay, so on Fhèill, January, on Gearan, February, okay, what she say, on March, on March, and then on Gipling, okay, that'll be April. On Cajun, May, Atogios, that'd be June. Jucher, July on Lunastol, August. Okay, so what did she say? She said on Tulton, on September, on Daver, October, which we on Taven, November, and on Duluk. Okay.
And Sgeulachd and Gearan and Marches and Get Lightning Cage and Pockets and Chupet and Moonstell and Tilting and David and Paving and Buva, Mias and Gentliana. And Sgeulachd and Gearan and Marches and Get Lightning Cage and Pockets and Chupet and Moonstell and Tilting and David and Paving and Buva, Mias and Gentliana.
Okay, okay. So a quick little video about the months of the year, and we won't go further with that, but we will come back to that to remind us. And I've got a couple presentations on Làithean days of the week, which I think is the focus tonight. Okay, the days of the week. So I've got a couple quick videos here. Just a minute each or something like that. So here's
Kia ora tamariki. Hello Aklan. Ismisha Cameron. My name is Cameron and I'm excited to help you get ready for St. Andrew's Day. And Scots Gaelic is one of the official languages of Scotland. And so I'm here to help teach you some Scots Gaelic words that you can use to get you ready for St. Andrew's Day. So let's learn the days of the week in Scots Gaelic. The first day is Monday. Monday is Gearan. Can you say Gearan? Gearan is Monday. What comes after Monday? Tuesday. Tuesday is Gearsht.
Gearsht.
Gearsht. Gearsht is Tuesday. What day comes after Tuesday? Wednesday. Wednesday is Seachdaine. Seachdaine is Wednesday. What day comes after Wednesday? Thursday. And Thursday is Gearan. Gearan. Thursday. What day comes after Thursday? Friday. And Friday is Gearan. Gearan. Friday. And finally, we get to the weekend. And I know you're not in school for the weekend, but let's learn the days for Saturday and Sunday as well. Saturday is Gearan. Gearan is Saturday. And finally, Sunday. And Sunday is Gearan. This one's a wee bit tricky.
Okay. Okay. Two things. Okay. Okay. Jidonach. Okay. Jidonach. And I don't know why he said Jidovnak or something like that. Anyway, wrong pronunciation, but that's another word for Sunday. Okay. Là Fhèill. Okay. So you have two words for Sunday. I tend to use Là Fhèill, and so that's why I only said that. But Jidonach would be another word for Sunday. Okay. And I can never get straight. One is used mostly by Protestants and the other is used mostly by Catholics. And I don't know which is which. I always forget. Anyway, okay. All right, so now I think this is Miss McDonald. We'll go back to her and she'll sing us a little song. So sing along with her.
Hello, Miss McDonald and Shaw. And you ha Miss McDonald Làithean Òran Yave. Òran Làithean na Seachdaine. Ha min dag is gen kortdiv, sgen shain se kaludum, eis gen Gearan shiv na gneven ik en tai. Cheery! Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, and Gearan.
Okay, so Gearan la hound. What is the day?
Today.
Yeah, that is today. Okay. Literally, that is in today. Okay, what is the day? Okay. Gearan la hound unto.
Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, and Gearan. Geluain, Gemars, Jakia, Thinger, Thane, Jehanya, Tsahanya, Jethani. Geluain, Gemars, Jakia, Thinger, Thane, Jehanya, Tsahanya, Jethani. Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, and Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, and Geluain, Gemars, Jakia, Thinger, Thane, Jehanya, Tsahanya, Jethani. Geluain, Gemars, Jakia, Thinger, Thane, Jehanya, Tsahanya, Jethani. Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, and Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, Gearan la hound, and Geluain, Gemars, Jakia, Thinger, Thane, Jehanya, Tsahanya, Jethani. Geluain, Gemars, Jakia, Thinger, Thane, Jehanya, Tsahanya, Jethani. Cheery, Làithean.
There you go. Okay, so that's the song. And got one more thing about the days of the week. Okay, so if you haven't, so if nothing else, let's see, where are we? If nothing else after tonight, you'll be singing days of the week in your sleep tonight. Okay, hold on a second. If I haven't. Botik na Siachan. Okay, Botik is na Siachan. Okay, now Botik Krotach agus na Síochan. The two old humpbacked men and the fairies. All right. Okay. The Bótich Crotach. Old men, Bótich, Crotach, humpbacked, agus na Síochan and the fairies. All right. Okay. So, so I have the English translation for you, but try to get a feel for the language by repeating after me. So, Vagius votach a fudich.
Vagius
Votach
Botach a Fura ounce and
ounce a glaun.
Glown.
Okay. Two old men lived in the glen. Vayiet Là Fhèill Brìde. They were both humpbacked. Okay. Lá one day, Badol a Koshik on Seachdaine. One day, Donald was walking in the forest. By a Chlunchin Kiol August Shane.
By Cluchin Kill Augustine.
August Shane. Kiol August Shane. By a Fechin Síochan or Híochan a downsuk.
By fucking Hitchin on dancer.
A dancer.
Okay, so he heard, and here I'm using the verbal noun form. I'm sorry, the verbal noun form, just because that's a form that we're familiar with. Okay, so he heard music and singing, and he saw fairies dancing. Síochan a downsuk. Fàilte Shane. So here it comes. Jaluan Jimarsht.
Jaluan Jimarsht. Jaluan Jimarsht.
And Fàilte Shane show a rist agus a rist.
By saying so a reast August
I saying this again and again. A rist sa rist. Okay. All right. Vadol agaich.
Valdo
Gearan. Wednesday. It's van a Síochan Tolachalash.
Van Hitchin Tolachale.
The fairies were happy with him. Okay. They liked that. That was a great idea. Okay. Vadola Gaelic Gearan. They're singing just over and over again. Jaluan Jimarsh. Yeah. So Anurshan Fàilte Shane, Jaluan Jimarsh, Gearan.
Jaluan Jimarsh.
Okay. Fàilte Holacha. They're very
By
happy.
Clay Holacha.
Holacha. Barin and Síochan a Fáinich. Barin and Síochan.
Arena Hitchin.
King of the fairies a Fáinich asked him.
A fine like ye.
Jehu Eriget or silver, gold,
Eriget or
silver.
money.
Badol occur on lav echa an dream.
But no occur a lot like a dream. On the ridge.
Donald put his hand on his back. Hamigiri Nachel on Croch Akam.
Hamigiri Nachel on Croch Akam.
Yeah, I wish not to have my hump. Croch Akam, my hump. Okay. Van Rie a Torslot.
Van Rie Torslot.
Ruiek.
Ruiek.
An dream echa.
Dream echa.
Agus va an Croch Adol Fallaf.
Agus va an Croch Adol
Fallaf.
So the king put or touched his magic wand or magic stick on his
Back.
and the hump went away. Van crutch dol falaf. This var dol ho gierig rislat ieskik.
Savadol,
Vadol,
Rislat,
Jirik, Rislat, Ishkik.
And Donald was as straight as a fishing pole.
Ishkik.
Ieskik. Uh-huh. On Allah,
And
Allah,
the next day, Vadol a koshik ansavala.
Vadol, Akosa, Anabala,
Donald was walking in the village. Va e takerst karich eka.
Taka, Ekars,
He met with or came upon his friend. Va kroch an dream eka kuchuk.
Vakrot and Dream Eka Kucha.
Okay, so the friend had a hump too. But on karich agra,
Vatalis and Ra,
the friend said, Kachavel on krochakat.
Kachavela, Krotaket,
Okay, Vadol aginch an skilak eka.
Vadol, Ines, and Skillet.
Donald told a story. Aginch told
Again.
Elak story.
Gaelic.
His friend said, his friend said, where's your hump?
Oh, that's the English.
Yeah, that's the translation. Donald told a story. Okay, yeah. On Allah,
Anala.
Amala,
Von Kadach Akoshik Ansakolia.
Vakaris, Akosha, Erakos.
Akoshik Anza Koya.
The next day, the friend was walking in the forest by a Chluinchin Kill Augustine.
By
a Cluchin Kale, Augustine.
He heard music and singing by a Fechen and Shiechen.
By a Feckin and Deacon.
Downsik Augustine.
A
Downsett, Augustine.
Jaluin
Jamarch.
Jaluin Jimarsh.
Jaluin, Jamarsh. Okay.
Keaton.
And Sva Ietle Holicha. That is the fairies.
Vaegai Holacha.
Holicha.
Von Dunya Agaic.
Bandunya,
The man shouted, Jarstoon.
Jarstoon.
Okay. Harona Shiach and Tolacha.
Harona, Hitchin, Holacha.
The fairies were not happy.
But it's Ferric.
Vaet Vega.
They were angry. How Milach and Òran Akin.
How
Milach and Òran Akin.
Okay, you spoiled our song, Vayitagra.
Vaetagra.
They said.
Machasholet.
Amakasholet.
Out of here with you. Okay. This van Ria Kurkroch Ela an dream echa.
Ria Kurkroch Ela and dream.
Crutch Ela and dream echa.
And the king put another hump on his back. As Fayadogaki le da croach.
Vaedoyaki le da croach.
Da croach an dream echa.
Vayanisha da crotach.
Vanisha da crotach.
You now here's two humped. Okay, all right. Okay. Kielach na skilach.
Story.
The moral or the meaning of the story. Namel Nashiachan. Don't trick the fairies. Don't mess with the fairies. Okay. All right. So that's story of days of the week. The fairies and the days of the week. Okay. All right. So now we come to Shenach na Shechana. Là Fhèill Brìde Church an Clàr.
Là Fhèill Brìde na Church an Sliga, the pathway.
Clàr, okay. Là Fhèill Brìde, that is on St. Bridget's Day. Put your sheep on the hill. Okay, so now for a culture, in traditional Gaelic culture, I mean, now of course, Scotland's in the modern age, but traditionally, I mean, traditional Gaelic culture was an agricultural culture, and time was gauged by seasons and by significant days. And so Lá Fhèill Brìde, which is around this time of year, was a time to put the Currach Erantlia, the sheep on the hill, okay, up to pasture. All right, okay. And a little note, just about, there's a time for everything, and be ready for it. The world's emerging from hibernation of winter, okay? Trust the seasons of life, okay? And be ready to adapt and move forward. Okay, and if you want to come back to this and read about the agricultural and seasonal rhythms of Highland life. Okay, and the calendar was not a numbered calendar like we use today, but tied to the Gaelic festivals, the Celtic festivals, both the festivals of the church and the festivals of the traditional Celtic culture. And one other thing, I mentioned the transhumanist system. Highlanders would move their sheep and cattle to summer and winter pastures. Transhumance is a form of living that's somewhat similar to being nomadic, but it's between fixed locations. And so, during the winter months, they'd move down the slopes to where it might be warmer, and in the summer months they would move up into the upland pastures with all their animals, where they can get good pasturing and be a little bit cooler. Okay. Anyway, all right, and we'll come back to Saint Bridget. Okay, now let's go to Grammar na Seachdaine, grammar of the week. Okay, and now we have Làithean Cúnaíocha. Làithean Cúnaíocha, the mnemonics. Literally, the devices of memory. The memory machine, the memory devices, the memory tricks. Okay. All right. So, no, one of the ways to remember the gender of the word. So, in the last couple of weeks, we've gone over how to figure out the gender of a word, and of course, if you're doing it on the fly, you can just use our rules, and of course, you can always look it up in the dictionary. Okay, as you've seen that I still do myself once in a while. But once you remember it, or once you learn it, one way to remember it is to pair it with an adjective. This works because invariably, feminine nouns will knight the adjectives. Masculine nouns do not. So what this means is if you pair a new noun with something as simple as beck and more, little and big, you don't have to use these two, but they're very simple and very simple to remember. That'll signal to you what the gender of the word is. So, Nían Vec. So, of course, go ahead and say these after me. Nían Vec. A little girl. These are feminine nouns, and note how they are leniting. And the lenition is the insertion of the H, okay, after the first letter. Okay. Okay. So Cura Strón Vor.
Strón Vor.
Big nose, Strón Vor. And the lenition tells us, oh, we remember the lenition reminds us that this is feminine. Coulda vec,
Corvec.
coulda vec, or Gaelic vor,
Gaelic war.
big moon. Or some masculine nouns. Balak beck,
Wallabek.
like beck, a little boy. Dunyamor,
Dunimor.
a big man or a great man. Bata beck,
Latabik.
beck, okay, bata beck, a little boat. Or Baltimore,
Baltimore.
or a big bottle. Okay. Now I have a little exercise that we'll do. We'll spend a few minutes doing the exercise, and of course, there's a lot more words in the exercise than we'll have time to get to tonight. But it's a good method for you to practice. Okay, so remember this Gleis Kuni. Okay, and there's another remembering method that will start, I think, next week, if I remember correctly. That becomes a little bit more complicated than this, but this is an easy method. Okay, so okay, all right. So let me go to our exercise, place kuniki. I think this is it. Okay, the accuracy. Okay, all right. So, so here we're going to have a noun, and we'll have the the English for it, and I will give you the gender. Okay, all you have to do is pair it with its Gleis Kuniki. Okay, it's mnemonic device. And so if I give you dog, ku, and it's masculine, you'll just shout out ku more. But if I give you pishik and I tell you that it's feminine, you'll say pishik vek. Okay, and this is what the pages will look like. Grace, feminine, and so you'd fill in the Gleis Kuniki here if you're doing this in writing, and you'd shout out Grace vek, right? Grace vek, because it's feminine. All right. Okay. So let's try some of these. Okay. So, all right. Oh, Grace vek. Okay. So we have that. Okay. Clo, masculine. What would you say?
Clomore.
Clo more. Very good. Okay. Keist, feminine.
Keist vek.
Keist vek. Keist vek. Frekkerst, feminine.
Freckers vek.
Frekkerst vek. Uh-huh. No V sound. Okay. She, feminine.
She.
Vor.
She vor. Very good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She vor. A big piece, a great piece. And more could mean either a big or great. Great in a qualitative sense, or just great or big in a objective sense, in a physical sense. Okay, so Hokuk, masculine would be
Kokuk more.
Hokuk more, gleba. Okay. Okay. Polya, feminine.
Kolia vek.
Kolya vek, gleba. Okay. Two,
Tul vor.
four, tul vor. Okay. Beer,
Birk more.
more, gleva, okay. And beer can mean either food or it could be used in the sense of a meal. Okay. All right. Okay. Lav, feminine.
Lav
Vek.
vek.
Lav vek, lavor, gleva. Okay. Kas, feminine.
Kas vek.
Kas vek. Yttermulch.
Idermálch vor.
Idermálch vor. Yeah. Idermálch. And then note that Idermálch is one of those words with a little helping verb, fumirkoni, in the middle. Okay. Idermálch. All right. Okay. Fear.
Bit more.
Fiad more.
Fear
Fear
more.
more.
Okay. Matak
Matag ruig more.
ruig more. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes for Fox you also see Shinnock.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Skeel.
Scale more.
Skeel more. Okay. Lower.
Or
Lord.
more.
Lower more. Okay. Okay. Green.
Green back.
Green.
Feck.
Vor.
Yeah.
A little
Green.
one.
More. Okay. It could be a little sun or a big sun.
Grian Yerak.
Okay. Rog. Frost.
Roak. Beck.
Roic beck, a little frost, okay? Okay. Cosmic.
Cosmic vor.
Cosmic vor, bleva. Okay.
Kach more.
More.
Okay. Okay. Chinga.
Chungavik.
Chinga vec. Okay. Gu.
Good more.
More.
Or,
Guma.
yeah, that's a little different though. Okay. Duchas.
Duchas more.
Duchas more. Okay. Duchas.
Dulhas.
Duchas more.
Duchas more. And you'll note that these two words are related. Duchas heritage and Duchas tradition. Okay. Glace.
Glass. More.
More.
Yeah, it's the same word as we're using for the glace kuniki. Korstock.
Korstock.
More.
Beck.
Or,
Now you're a little happy.
Posuk.
Posek. More.
Posuk more. Okay. Comparticus.
Compart.
Neck. Beck.
Yeah, a little partnership. Yeah. Dolchus.
Dolhas. More.
More. Dolchus more. Okay. Echo.
Egal more.
Echo more. Yeah. Keist.
Keist weg.
Keist vec.
Vec.
Okay. Fisrikuk.
Visrikach more.
Fisrikuk more. Schlieke.
Schlieke weg.
Schlieke vec. Kostel.
Kostel more.
Kostel more. Okay. Stratic.
Stratic. Vec.
Stratic vec. Blijva. Leon.
Leon. Leon more.
Leon more. Yeah. And then the just of interest, the internet is known as the Etterlean, the net.
Yeah.
So sort of like, almost literally translating from the English.
Mm-hmm.
The internet, the Etterlean. Okay. Or Tav.
Tav. Beck.
Tav Beck. Hush.
Push.
Hush.
Vor.
Vor or vec. Blonited. Okay. Ephraim.
Big or little hill.
Ephraim Vec. Okay.
Ephraimvec. Okay.
Why is that feminine?
Yeah, feminine. Okay. Erich.
Eric.
Erich.
4.
Or.
I'm more.
Uh-huh.
More.
A big spring. Okay.
Gaurag.
Gaurig back. Then we'll have a little winter.
A little winter.
That's good.
We hope. Okay. Aika.
Kalakoika.
Clàr oiche vec.
Boar.
Aika Vec. Uh-huh. Or board. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fulik.
Búlach vor.
Fulik.
Okay.
Boar.
Yeah. Oh, funny little story. This is just not my experience, but other people have had this experience too. The seagulls in Scotland, for some reason or another, are fierce creatures. They aren't like the timid little seagulls that we have in California. Several years ago, my wife and I were visiting Scotland, and there were sand flats that emptied out in the when the tide went out, and so you could walk across what would otherwise be ocean, right? And so we were walking across this, and the sand flat, as flat as a parking lot, and all of a sudden this seagull started attacking us. and Susan, my poor wife, was on a walker and she could hardly move, and so I picked up a stick and I was waving it at the seagull, and it kept on squawking and charging us and dive bombing on us, and a fierce creature. We finally managed to escape. So anyway, but Fhùlach. Okay, let's see.
Búlach.
Fhùlach. Okay. Oh yeah. They do that. They yeah. Knish wrote the seagulls stole the friend's sandwich. Yeah.
They do that at SeaWorld all the time.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Not very timid. Okay.
Not those ones.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, so you have, we're only about a third of the way through here, so you got a lot to go through. Okay. And this is good exercise for you, and learn some words, but also get used to attaching the mnemonic device, the Glace Kuniki. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's stop the share for just a moment. Okay. Any questions? Any questions so far? No? Okay, we're coming along. All right. Okay.
Actually, I do have a question.
Uh-huh.
For the days of the week and the months, is it similar to English where they're kind of named after like the planets and the gods? Or is it just its own thing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's something wrong with your sound, so I'm going to ask you to say that again. Similar to English in that they are
named after gods and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And the planets, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of the days of the week are okay. So Gearan, I think. Some people say that refers to Mars. Which is not quite Tuesday. Yeah. So anyway, so that's not right.
Lunastal is a Celtic festival.
Yeah. Now Lunastal will refer.
Samhain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Lunastal refers to a Celtic festival and a Celtic god. Pagan Celtic god.
Blue.
And Samhain refers to, of course, what in English we know as Halloween. So to sort of answer your question, it's not the same gods, but sometimes follows the same idea. On Daver, which is October, doesn't refer to any god, but refers to the mating season of the deer. Okay, Dav. Okay, when they are in heat. Okay. Let's see. Foil check.
Gearan is the like horse winds. I was just looking this up. The gelding Gearan on Gearan is like a gelding, so it's like they call them horse winds that the farmers rely on in February.
Right. Yeah. And so Heather brings up a good point. So like we're talking about, very often the months will refer to seasons or occurrences in the seasons. And let's see, foil check comes from an old word for wolf.
Wolf month.
Yeah, wolf month. The month of the wolves. In the middle of winter when wolves roamed around because they were hungry and all that. So on Togvios, okay, June is literally the young month. So anyway, but yeah.
And December is the black one.
Oh, right. On Dulak, the black month. Okay, yeah. So okay, good question.
What was Daver?
Deer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deer mating.
Deer mating. Yeah.
Being nice.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, great. Oh, Aaron posted a link to a oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, wait. Yeah, I'll show you. And then let's see. Where can I find my share? Okay, share. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So here we go. Okay. Foilik or Folchek, the wolf month. Gearan, as Heather said, the gelding month. Marsh, the Mars month. Gipling, the pudding month. Okay. Kastian, the head of summer. I'm not sure about that. Okay. On Togvios, the young month. On Chucher, the warm month. That should be an I, not an L. Okay. Lunastal, Luag month. Luag, the god, the Celtic god, the Gaelic god. On Toulton, the fattening month. Daver, the rutting month, when the deers got at it. On Tavin, the harvest month. And Dulak, the darkness. And I will include this in the notes of our lesson as well. Yeah, so that's a nice contribution. Thank you, Aaron. Okay. Once. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, where are we now? Okay. So, the mnemonics. Okay. Okay. All right. So I found a little link, and I have a presentation for Là Fhèill Brìde, but I found a little link in regards to it. So we'll watch that first. Okay. All right, hold on.
Connected to a much older pagan tradition.
Okay, so can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The Celtic archipelago organised its communities around the mother houses. And so we have this tradition of lost goddesses. And all of this worship of this Saint Brigid, who was a real person who did walk in the world, named after a pagan goddess, it all links back to something much more supernatural, something much deeper and more profound. The wells of wisdom and healing that are associated with her name, the fire that's lit of inspiration at the touch of her hand, the way that she walked across the countryside, going from house to house, offering protection, taking shelter in beds of straw, and the way we wove our crosses for her, to honour her, to protect ourselves. And why didn't we make one arm longer than the other? and make it a Christian cross, because Brigid is as much goddess as she is a saint. Now, which goddess it is up for debate. There's Danu or Anu, there's the Cailleach herself, who Brigid might be the maidenly aspect of. They extinguished her flame back in the 17th century as a pagan relic, but the goddess is relit now, and she's not going back underground. You. Did you know that Brigid's Day is probably connected to a much...
Okay, there you go, a little quick presentation. And I have my own presentation, a short little talk. Imbolc. Okay, yep. Let's take a moment to reflect on this ancient Celtic celebration. All right, so halfway between the winter solstice, Eichan and Shekshuperen, night of the seven suppers, and the spring equinox, Coat Ra and Eric. Okay, so Imbolc is halfway between the solstice and the equinox. Imbolc means in the belly of the mother. Imbolc, okay? Belly, a bulge, a womb, okay? The seeds of spring are beginning to stir in the belly of Mother Earth. Okay, so, a lot of these ancient traditions, refer to the natural cycles of the earth, of nature. Officially, the first day of spring, okay, at least in the Celtic calendar, a pagan festival associated with the lambing season and the goddess Brigid. And Brigid represented the light half of the year and the power that brought the season of light and life out of the dark season of winter. And the lambing season was February and March. Ancient festival and the epic tale of the Tainbo Cooley, cattle raid of Cooley. We have indicated that Imbolc is 3 months after the festival of Samhain, that is after Halloween, which places it right at February 1st or thereabouts. Okay? Adopted into Gaelic Christianity as Là Fhèill Brìde, St. Brigid's Day. Okay, so as the little video showed or told, Brigid had crossed over from pagan persona to Christian persona, from a goddess to a saint. That important in Gaelic culture. Celebrated weaving Brigid's crosses hung over doors and windows to protect against fire, illness, and evil spirits. Brichuk, okay, a doll of Brigid, a Brichuk, a little Brigid paraded around the community by girls singing a hymn to Brigid. Okay, in the Hebrides in Scotland, a bright shell of crystal called a Rail Eel Bricha, guiding star of Brigid, was set on its chest, on the chest of the doll. And the girls wore white and their hair unbounded as a symbol of purity and youth. They visited every house in the area and they received either food or more decoration for the Brichuk. Afterward, they feasted in a house with the Brichuk set in place of honor and put it to bed with lullabies. When the meal was done, the local men humbly asked for admission, made obeisance that is bowed to the Brichuk, and joined the girls in dancing and merrymaking. In many places, only unwed girls could carry the Brichuk. In some, both boys and girls carried it. Brigid was said to visit one's home, that is your home, on St. Brigid's Eve. To receive her blessing, people would make a bed for Brigid, leave her food and drink, and set items of clothing outside for her to bless. And so very often in the snow, there's still snow on the ground. John Duncan, a Scottish artist who's involved in the Celtic revival movement of the 20th century, a mystic painter who heard fairy music while he painted, was inspired by the old Celtic tales, both Christian and pagan. And here, Brigid is depicted being carried by angels from her bed to the Holy Land to attend to the birth of Christ. And so, according to Gaelic tradition, Bridget was also the midwife at the birth of Jesus for Mary. Okay, she's often given the title foster mother of Christ. Okay, and the coming of Bridget. Duncan's representation of Bridget of Seachdaine, the people of the goddess Danu, shown at the beginning of spring, bringing flowers and sunlight to the land, dressed all in white and has bare feet and is surrounded by her loving people who welcome her. Woman on the far left, right here on the left, okay, in a brown cloak and knitting something white on a red needle, is the Gaelic Class, the old, shrill, sharp, scathing woman, the winter queen. Okay, Gaelic Class, the old woman who's supplanted by Bridget. And so, so in the cycle, in the natural cycle of things, Bridget replaces the old woman of winter. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's a little thing on Imbolc. The Là Fhèill Brìde, day of the feast of Bridget. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, let me share again. Okay, I'll go back to share. All right. Now we have a song of the week. All right. Okay. Hamiski buin naranik. Okay, so we're going to stay with this one for a couple of weeks because it goes on a little long and I don't want to overwhelm you. We'll do a couple of verses tonight. And this is a song about a fairy, okay, a young man fairy who falls in love with a mortal girl. And she has, I don't know if the word is tricked, she's induced him to cut the bracken. And I'll explain what bracken is, okay? And so he does this in hopes that he will be able to get together with her. He'll be able to marry her, I guess, okay? And so first a word about bracken. Bracken is this fern-type stuff that grows, okay? And it was very important in traditional Highland culture, okay? It was used for litter, that is bedding for the animals. It was stuffed into packing crates to keep cargo safe and even used on top of the homes. Okay. And it was burned, and the ash was used in soap making, glass making, and the ash was spread in the fields as a fertilizer. And the job was done mainly by women cutting the bracken. Okay. But here we have a case where the fairy has been tricked by the girl who's sent out to cut the bracken for her. Okay. And today it's not as important in Highland culture as it used to be. And so it's kind of a pest. Okay. It's just work to cut it back. Okay. In Irish legend, ancient Gaelic mythology, let's see, in Irish mythology, the king of Munster tricked the king of Ireland over the paying of taxes. And so he had to drink mammoth quantities of milk and got his supply by taking taxing, I think the word is taxing I want there, all Irish households 100 cans of milk from each hornless dun cow, grayish brown. Okay. And so to avoid the milk tax, he built a huge fire of bracken and mixed the ash with water, smeared it onto the cows, and turned their coats black so they wouldn't get counted. And so even today, there are customs in the Highlands of leaping through flames, okay, or leaping between two campfires, so it's not a dangerous practice. It's more like a fun thing. People don't actually burn themselves, but it recalls the ancient legend. Okay, all right, okay, so that's bracken. Well, let's take a look at Òran. let's take a look at the song. Okay, all right, so. Hamiski is lumhin.
Hamiski. Milamhin.
Okay, so we should all recognize the first one. I am tired and lumhin by myself. Buin naranik, buin naranik. Cutting the bracken or harvesting the bracken, gathering the bracken. Hamiski is lumhin. Lumhin buin naranik donan.
Buin
naranik donan.
Yeah, always forever cutting the bracken. Istrikavamihin, it's molenin.
Istrikavamihin smolenin.
Often my love and I, that I myself and my love. Ounce the glown and keor.
Ounce the glown and keor.
In the misty glens. Geiste kosher vina doira.
Geiste kosher vina doira.
Listen to the sweet choir of the grove, of the tree groves of the forest. Shane Sequoia oil.
Shane Dole.
Okay, singing in the lush forest. Onam fechenu achian.
Onam fechin achian.
Ruin gold not koto.
Ruin gold.
If I saw you coming, I would run to meet you. Akmer chick, unshogam hirik.
Akmer chick, unshogam.
If you don't come here to search for me, Kimra Hilas Gokas.
Kimra Hilas Gokas.
How can hope return? Coolan Tolman, Brian Tolman.
Coolan Tonin, Brian Tonin.
Behind the knoll, a knoll is like a small hill. Top of the knoll, Coolan Tolman, Voyech.
Coolan Tonin, Boy.
Behind the lovely knoll, Coolan Tolman, Brian Tolman.
Coolan Tolman, Brian
Tolman. Ahulala Namauner.
Ahulala Namuner.
Every day by myself, Namuner. Okay. So Boch Nachromi Letta Risht. Okay, it's bad that I am sad that I am not with you again. Shinavia Kilvor.
Shinavia Kilvor.
We would be great music. Rock and let go cool na krunya.
Rock and let go cool na krunya.
Cool na krunya. I would go to you with you to the other side of the world. Ervar tunya sholach.
Ervar tunya sholach.
Sailing on top of the waves, literally on top of waves sailing. Ounsan Chian Ogre Schemy.
Ounsan Chian Ogre
Schemy. In the fairy knoll or the fairy hill, it is sad that I am. Istrich Mokria Galianach.
Strich Mokria
is often my heart is wounded. Okay. Nervis Kakashain Nan Lunyak.
Nervish cock ashain nun.
Others sing their songs, their lullabies, their love songs. Hajen mish akronen.
Hajen mish akronen.
I can do nothing but drone, that is moan. Okay, so poor guy. All the other fairies are singing songs about their loved ones, about their girlfriends, and he's just sitting there all alone, groaning and moaning. Poor little fairy, poor fairy. Okay, all right, okay. So here I have a video that we can sing along to. Okay, so sing along. Okay. Let's try it.
Gis milum hin, buine ranich, hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich dönan, strike va mi hin smolennen, ausse glaunen hjauher, geistjoch kosher vin an deure, scheinse chilje jovel. Hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich, hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich dönan. Honam feichen nu a chien, ruyen hol nat choal, ach mer chigun chokam hierig, kimmer hilis doches. Hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich, hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich dönan. Kulan tom mein Brian tom mein Kulan tom mein Voyoch, Kulan tom mein Brian tom mein Hulle wana moner. Hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich, hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich dönan. Spock nach Romi latte rischt, shinne wie ich kjolver, rachin lat gekoelne krunje, var tunje sjolig. Hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich, hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich dönan. Hounsan sheehan oger skimi, strik mochri galionig, nur vies kache scheinen lunjag, chadjian mishach kronan. Hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich, hamis gis milum hin, buine ranich dönan.
There we go. All right, so shed a tear for our poor fairy. It's tricked to doing all the work, but it doesn't get the girl. Okay. All righty. Okay. Anyway, so that's about it for tonight. Any questions? Oh, a new message. I see a new message. That girl brought nothing to the table. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, a hard-hearted girl. It's just used him and threw him away, and he's sitting all alone in the fairy hill, crone and moaning. All right, okay, all righty. Oh, yeah, Karsten. Okay. Hamia Gran, Femimi. Aikava, hula dunya.
Aikava.
Aikava.
Okay.
Happily.
Happily.
Okay. Aikava.
I believe Femi me fall off.